World-renowned tennis champion Serena Williams once said that the success of every woman should be to be an inspiration to another. Make sure that you are very courageous, be strong, be extremely kind, and above all else, be humble. This quote echoes throughout many decades of women tennis players. From overcoming many challenges along the way, female tennis players hold a very high authority in the game. I have recently found a passion for this sport and found many sources stating the histories and victories that female tennis players have achieved. The game of tennis can be traced back to the 12th and 13th century French handball game Jean de Paume. It quickly derived from this very painful game to a wooden ball and a wooden racket. Clearly, the wooden ball didn't last very long, but many modifications were made to the racket and it actually resembles the one that we use today. The popular English game eventually made its way to America. The first ever documented game was played between two sisters on Staten Island in 1874. It was one of these sisters that actually was the woman responsible for bringing over the game from Bermuda. Mary Ewing Outerbridge was a young girl visiting the British town where she was introduced to the game and began an era in the United States. From here, the game changed the lives of Americans forever. In 1896, tennis became an official Olympic sport. Unfortunately, women were not allowed to play until 1900, when Charlotte Cooper of Great Britain claimed the first ever Olympic gold for women tennis. The news roared across the world, and in the next Olympic Games had even more women craving and wanting the famous gold medal. Since then, the numbers of women tennis players have skyrocketed along with all of their accolades. My personal favorite and inspiration is Serena Williams. Since I was a child, I've always admired her, not only because of her hundreds of titles, but because of her perseverance. The New York Times commended the talented athlete with all the success she has created for herself that did not come easy at all. The star overcame gender adversities and racial stereotypings to become where she is today. From playing handball to using all metal pieces to finally reaching modern day equipment, the game of tennis has become one of the most played sports in history. The game of ladies tennis is completely responsible for the introduction into the United States and will continue to be a staple of all modern day sports. Having to overcome so many seemingly impossible barriers created some of the best and successful women tennis players ever. With all of this being said, Miss Williams' quote still reigns supreme that the inspiration is from all other female tennis players that will inspire the next generation of ladies tennis.